The moment the towel hit the floor, it finally happened. The unthinkable, the unimaginable, the completely inevitable, depending on which side of the Pogacar versus Vingegaard spectrum you sit. After months of whispers, sidelong glances, and quotes that felt just a little too polite, the cycling world has seemingly accepted a prophecy. Jonas Vingegaard might actually be done trying to defeat Tadej Pogacar. Yes, that's right. According to analysts, journalists, and a few too many Belgian talk shows, the Great Dane has, quote, thrown in the towel, not just misplaced it or dropped it temporarily in the massage truck, but fully hurled it at the world of Pogacar's king cycling throne. Jose de Corwa, a man who has seen more Tour de France meltdowns than most of us has seen finish lines, put it pretty bluntly. Quote, Vingegaard has already thrown in the towel, Visma has admitted defeat. And there it is, the phrase that every Visma sponsor must have printed on a dartboard by now. It's not even that Jonas isn't fast anymore, he's still one of the best climbers in the world, but compared to the Slovenian alien in white, he suddenly looks human, which is the worst possible insult in modern cycling. When your rival has decided to make 75-kilometer solo attacks look like routine warm-ups, being quote only human is a PR disaster. The rumour mill kicked into overdrive after Visma's internal discussions reportedly shifted tone. Instead of, oh, here's how we can defeat Pogacar, it became more like, here's how we survive Pogacar. Subtle, but devastating. And in that linguistic switch, from attack to acceptance, cycling fans saw the flicker of something terrifying. Resignation. For a man who built his legend on humility and silent, methodical destruction, Jonas now faces an uncomfortable truth. His trademark poker face doesn't just look calm anymore, it looks tired. Tired of the media circus, tired of Pogacar's all-year form, and tired of pretending that if he just trains 0.3% harder, he can close a 2-minute gap on a mountain while Pogacar is out there posting photos of himself grinning. And, as if things couldn't get worse, his team, once the Death Star of cycling, has lost its aura. The same team that used to plan victories like bank heists now seems like it's writing apology letters to its sponsors. So yes, Jonas Vingegaard might still be fit, but mentally, the towel has hit the floor, and in cycling, that's the sound of a dynasty cracking. The family factor, Trine says enough. Behind every exhausted champion is a partner who's seen one altitude camp too many. For Jonas, that's Trine Marie Hansen, the ever-supportive wife who's been with him since before the yellow jerseys, the glory, and the endless drone footage of him climbing in silence. Except now, it seems even she's had enough. Reports, and let's be honest, very believable gossip, suggest Trine wants Jonas to step back. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. She wants him home, in Denmark, being a proper father, instead of another ghost in the Alps chasing a ghost in UAE colours. Let's remember, in the Vingegaard household, cycling isn't a lifestyle anymore. It's an all-consuming, seasonless obsession. He trains in secret, lives like a monk, barely smiles unless there's a podium backdrop behind him. When your wife starts saying things like, quote, you've earned enough now, it's less a casual suggestion and more a thinly veiled please stop riding up mountains at 400 watts for 8 hours a day while I'm trying to raise your son. Friends close to the couple reportedly say that Trine's patience has worn thin. After Jonas's near-fatal Paris-Nice crash earlier this year, everything changed. She watched him lie in a hospital bed with multiple injuries, hooked up to machines, and realise what all cycling wives eventually realise. No number of yellow jerseys is worth losing the person you love to the sport's insane demands. And then there's the emotional distance. In every interview now, Jonas looks detached, almost zen, in the most unsettling way, as if he's already living post-cycling life in his head. The man who once devoured the Tour is now speaking softly about, quote, taking it one race at a time. That's not strategy, that's a retirement preview. Even his teammates have noticed the shift. One anonymous Visma rider reportedly said, quote, he's not talking about Pogacar anymore, he's talking about family, home, normal life. In cycling terms, that's the equivalent of an alarm bell. Once a rider starts romanticizing domestic peace, you can bet your bottom euro they're halfway to announcing a, quote, break from racing that turns into a 10-year hiatus. So when Trine reportedly told friends, quote, he's done what he needed to do, he's proved himself, it hit differently. She's not just a wife, she's the voice of reason in a sport where reason goes to die. And honestly, she might be right. Jonas has nothing left to prove. Multiple Tour de France's, multiple podiums, a career most riders would trade their power meters for. The question isn't whether Jonas can keep going, it's whether he should. The Pogacar problem, when your rival breaks physics. Every sports rivalry has its expiration date. Ali versus Frazier, Messi versus Ronaldo, Federer versus Nadal, but none of them ended with one side literally rewriting the rules of endurance, because that's what Tadej Pogacar has done. Analysts have stopped comparing watts per kilo and started comparing laws of thermodynamics. Every time Pogacar attacks, commentators sound like physicists trying to explain why gravity just reversed itself. And Jonas, he's stuck trying to solve a problem that shouldn't exist. When he beat Pogacar in 2022 and 2023, it looked like a clash of equals, two young prodigies trading haymakers on the Alps. But since then, the Slovenian has somehow levelled up into something unrecognisable. A rider who wins Grand Tours by boredom rather than struggle. It's no wonder that analysts are saying that Vingegaard has given up. How do you chase someone who looks like he's enjoying himself mid-race, while Jonas rides with a grimace? Pogacar rides like he's on a picnic, and the worst part, he's doing it everywhere. Strada Bianca, Liège-Bastogne-Liège, El Lombardia, the Tour, Worlds, and man's calendar looks like a world domination itinerary. One quote from a Danish journalist summed it up brutally. Quote, it's not that Jonas isn't strong, it's that Pogacar made strength irrelevant. And therein lies the despair. Vingegaard has built his entire identity around being the ultimate mountain tactician, the master of measured suffering. But Pogacar doesn't play chess. He flips the board, grabs all the pieces, and sprints off laughing. Visma, for their part, are trying to stay diplomatic, but behind the calm press releases, you can almost hear the collective sigh. They've lost the narrative, the aura, and maybe even their leader's motivation. So when Jose de Coa said, quote, Visma have admitted defeat, it wasn't hyperbole, it was an obituary for an era. The era of cycling, calculated dominance has been replaced by chaotic brilliance. And in that transition, Jonas seems lost. Because how do you train for chaos? How do you prepare for a rider who doesn't obey the playbook? You can't. You either match his energy or you step aside. And Jonas, bless him, has never been the chaotic energy type. Thank you for watching today's video. It's getting kind of sad, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't expecting all these people to come out about Jonas, talking that he's just given up, basically. Of course, these words aren't from his mouth, I want to make that clear, and Visma still seems set on keeping him for at least a year or two more, but it just doesn't really make me happy knowing that he probably does think it's time to go back to his wife and become a family man. This could happen, and we've even seen Pogacar hint at this in the past few months, saying that his career is coming to an end very soon. He doesn't plan on prolonging his contract much longer past 2028. Thank you for watching today's video. Please leave a like for good luck, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.